Alright, tonight on Hank Outdoors, we're going to be smoking this pork butt. Alright, so it's about 8 p.m. the night before we're going to smoke this thing. And we got to start trimming some of this stuff. So any excess fat, you really want this thing aerodynamic in the smoker. And there's this gland right here that you're going to need to trim out. So just get your knife in there and try working it out. As you can see, it's not very easy, but hey, anything good isn't easy. Alright, you're going to want to start out, get your salt and pepper base on there. Now, let's just get this seasoned with some salt on this fat cap here. It can take a lot of seasoning. It's a pretty thick cut of meat here. Alright, and then some pepper. This is just straight ground black pepper. Do what you feel is right. I mean, if you like pepper, put as much as you want on. Now, you're going to really want to massage this seasoning into your butt. All jokes aside, this is a very necessary step. Get that binded to the meat itself. Alright, and then you're going to want to flip it over. Repeat on all sides. Keep massaging it in. So you're really going to want to work this salt and pepper into all the cracks and crevices of your butt. What you can do is you can add a yellow mustard binding, and you're not going to see the flavor of the yellow mustard, but it will help you notice where you might have missed seasoning, and it might help your salt and pepper mix stick better to your butt. Now you're going to want to coat that with another layer of just your general all-purpose barbecue seasoning with some sugar and paprika and cayenne maybe in it. It's going to give it some nice smoke flavor. That paprika is going to absorb into the meat itself and absorb some of that smoke. So keep working it into the butt. Make sure, get it nice and coated. Flip it over. Again, the sugars in here should help give it a nice bark on the smoker. Give it some good color from the smoke. Keep working it in. Pat it down. Once all your surfaces are covered, you should be good. We're letting this rest overnight. You don't necessarily need to. You can let it rest for however long you want. Overnight, should let it absorb into this thick cut of meat a little bit more. So that's why we chose to do it. But you can do whatever you feel necessary. Alright, now that we got this guy nice and seasoned up here, we're going to go toss in the refrigerator. That's all we got for you tonight. We'll meet you back here tomorrow morning. Alright, so it's about 6 a.m. here at the Crumlet residence. This butt's been sitting overnight with the seasonings on it. As you might be able to tell, the seasoning's really been working itself into the meat. Now would be the time if you want to put any injections in there. Feel free. We're not going that crazy today. But then, yeah, we'll meet you outside. Throw this guy on the smoker. Alright, so we're out here at the smoker. This is just a reminder. I'm using some apple and hickory pellets today. So you're going to want to make sure get the fruit wood in there. Since it's a long, hard smoke here, the fruit wood isn't going to give it an overly bitter smoke. But I've got the hickory in there for that nice classic barbecue taste. So we're just going to get this smoker started. We'll meet you back here. Throw the butt on. Alright, so we're out here at the smoker, 225 degrees. I'm going to toss this guy fat side up. I'm going to put more towards the stack side so that way it absorbs a little bit more smoke. We're going to be looking for color more so than temperature. When we go to wrap this guy, we want that nice crusty bark on there. So Yeah, we'll meet you back out here every once in a while to spray this guy down with some apple juice or apple cider vinegar, whichever you choose, whatever you'd like. And yeah, that's that. So it's been about an hour out here. Pork butt's just starting to dry. Got some apple cider vinegar. Just gonna spritz it down. Make sure it's completely wet. You want all surfaces you can see to be wet. We'll come back out here every 30 to 45 minutes. You're going to want to spray it down. Alright, so it's been a couple hours. We finally got that nice bark that we're looking for. We're going to use a towel. Don't use tongs because we've worked so hard to get this bark on there. We don't want to ruin it. You're going to transfer it over without burning your fingers. Put it in your pan. And then you're going to take some of your apple cider, apple juice mixture, just put some in the pan for it to steam up around there. Make sure you got a lot in there. Keep it steamy. And then you're going to take your tin foil. Just wrap it up. You don't necessarily need this pan. You can just wrap it itself in tin foil. This just makes it easier because once we're done, we can shred it in this pan and then not have to worry about using extra tin foil. So then we're just going to set it back in the smoker. You can turn the temp up a little bit if you need to speed it up. This part doesn't necessarily have to be done in the smoker. You can also do it in the oven, but then we'll check back on it, and once it reaches around 205-ish, we know it's done. So once it reaches 200, that's when you should really start focusing on it and start checking it some more. So we'll be back in a couple hours. Alright, so it's been a couple hours. Finally hit that 205 mark that we're looking for. So now we gotta let it rest for a couple hours. So you got our cooler. Just gonna transfer our hot pan into our cooler really quick. And then we'll let it set for just an hour or two. I mean, you could let it rest for up to, like, I don't know, 8 hours if you really want. I don't think it's quite necessary, but that's what we're only going to let it set for about 2 hours today. So we'll meet you back then to sauce it. Alright, so our butt's been resting for a while now, 2 hours to be exact. We're about to glaze this puppy, so take it out of the cooler. Look at all those nice juices in there. Still got that nice bark on there. I'm gonna put it in our 350 degree smoker right now. Got our classic stubs. You're gonna want to heat this up before you use it. Some people may not like the stubs, but it's a family favorite. Just gonna drizzle it on there. Get that nice glaze going. Get a brush it on there. You're good to go. Once it starts to caramelize a little bit, that's when you know you're ready. Start shredding it. Bone should pull right out. Got this butt all glazed up. Time to pull the bone out and shred it. Just get in there with your hands. Look at that. Perfectly clean bone. That's what we're looking for. Get in there with some tongs. Just start shredding. Make sure to get in that money muscle right there. It's where the best meat comes from. Just keep shredding this stuff. Oh man, smells delicious. And that's all we have for Hank Outdoors tonight. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends and family.